Yo, we are at the bottom of my mine shaft, and just want to show you that found my first diamond. I don't think there's much to it. Oh, more. Sweet. May just be 4 of these, but I couldn't go on without showing you guys. First diamond of this personality? Well, I'm not sure what I want to call this. Of this segment of the world. Um, I want to not call it Tekkit 2. So I'll be thinking of a name, but first diamond for this section of the game. But of course, I get 6 diamond from it from my MCMMO stats. Go figure. Alright, I want to give a small update and some things I've been thinking about. And, cool, I gained another subscriber. Sweet. Anyway, been doing some mining. You just saw I found some diamond over here recently, and that's about it. I've gotten some. Well, I put everything up. Gotten some. A lot of redstone. I already I have sorry, over a stack of redstone now, almost a stack of lapis, but only 2 iron. I used 3 of the 5 iron I got already on a pick. That way I can mine some of that stuff. But that's about that on. That's about it on that. Some things I'm thinking about when I start building. This will be my permanent mine, I believe. I'll just keep mining here, but where that green dot is up there, I'm thinking about keeping that my place. Some rules you want to lay down for it. I tend to use cobblestone too much. I'm not going to use cobblestone at any point in this build, so I think that will be an interesting stipulation. It's definitely going to be hard for me, I know. I'm not a big fan of sandstone. I know Ethos swears up and down by it, but it's not something I'm into. Maybe, especially since I want to be building above ground. That's something I usually like to do. I'm not too big a fan of building underground either. That's about the only things I have on that ideas. But as you can see, I'm hitting nothing but stone here. There we go. Finally, some iron. Been needing that for a while. Alright, sweet. Jackpot. I over doubled my supply of iron. Of course, I shouldn't complain too much. It's still pretty early in the game. I'm within probably the first hour of playtime for this segment of Tekkit. Still not sure what I'm going to call it yet. And what did he say? I've never used a mining laser. Not sure why I haven't. I also haven't used any of the herpetology mods. It's not really a mod, but it's a what about G? Let's try G. Things that help plants grow. I haven't done any of that. I think that's something I do want to do. The idea is to try to use all the mods in every way possible. I don't think I want to have a checklist or anything, but just be nice to use everything. I do want to incorporate computer crafts. There's a nice code online that I saw. I want to implement that. It's a elevator. You can't remember what it controls, but you can just set a computer craft computer on everything and really set all the settings to an elevator. I can't remember what the website address is, I know on our Facebook server page that I posted it there a while back. Alright, as soon as I get past this dirt here, I'm going to call it quits on this tunnel. Hasn't really got me much. Already? Okay, good. Oh, okay. That's my shovel. Alright. Even this back up. Alright. I think my first order of business is I think I need to use this nickelite to make sorry for that lag there. Covalence dust. Let's see what it is. E. There we go. Let's see. We're gonna make it. Oh, okay, gotcha. That's not bad at all. So I thought I had have nickelite for that. Nope. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and build that. That way, whenever I'm near for example, if I see uranium, but I can't see what's behind it, instead of mining all the way around it, hoping that I find some more, I can just use that and it'll automatically show me what's behind it or what's in the area. So when I see high numbers, I can say, okay, well, there's another uranium in this area, or maybe there's diamond behind it and I didn't know about. That'd be nice to know. Well, I think that's all I have right now. I'll see you in a bit. And of course, right after I shut off the video, I'll find more diamond. Maybe I should do that more often. Let's see how much we have here. And so far we have 3. 4. Let's see here. I have a really good vantage point. Maybe there's bedrock underneath it. There it is. It would have been 7 without that bedrock there. But it's okay. I'll settle for this. Of course, with the double drops, you know, I get, what was it, 7. So what it would have been anyway. Alright, still mining. Thought of a few more things to talk about. I am still serious about that Tekkit Wars thing, where we have a 4-on-4 battle between teams, and where they have to build some kind of nuclear power plant, a checklist of things before they can actually do PvP. I think that would be a lot of fun. The battles would be long and drawn out because people will be powerful, I believe. There would be some items that you can't play with. For example, the quantum suit armor. It's almost too OP for a battle. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I still haven't tested that out yet. So that's on that. I'm interested in playing some Race for the Wool map. I've never done any of that. I want people to play with. I know the server BBL. Bye later. Okay, I'm not sure what that stands for. But as you can see, the server is so populated. You know, we have some more people that play on the regular server. However, it's not as many as I'd like. But I would definitely want to do a Reach for the Wool type of thing. Or do a co-op on an adventure map. If anybody is interested in doing so, hit me up. I'm definitely interested in playing that. And I think that's it. I'm hitting nothing but cobblestone. Of course, all I need to do is just stop the video and I'll hit more diamonds. So, ciao. All right. Well, you can call me Mr. Fancy Pants. I just added a stairwell, so this makes going up and down much easier. I think I have finally settled on an idea for when I start building. We are next to. By the way, you know how I was looking for iron earlier? Found some. It was right there. Whenever I was making this a bit taller. Found a nice little stash there. Found 9 right in a row. Uh, anyway, the style I have settled on, I believe, is a very like cynical theme. So I want to use a lot of basalt cobblestone, or basalt stones, the smooth stone, and nether brick. I'm going to use all of those. They look, I think, can't really remember. I think they look pretty nice in Sphax. At least in netherbrick does. I think the netherrack is just a bunch of circles, which doesn't really look like a block to me. It looks more like, you know, like land, like dirt. So I'm going to try to avoid using that. I may use it to light, um, infinite fire sources, fire blocks. That would be the extent of that. There is a volcano nearby my old base, so we'll be passing that. I think I'll just mine that out, or most of it out, and start building from that. Again, I'm not going to use regular cobblestone, and I may use regular stone very sparingly, but since you have to actually run it through a furnace, I wouldn't be opposed to using it since it takes a little bit more work. Alright, well, this will be the last of mining video, I believe. Next time you should see me will be up on the surface. Ciao. Hello again. Another update. I want to show you the inventory of what I have so far. Got lots of cobble. Since I won't be building with it, I think I will actually use equivalent exchange. That way I can do some manufacturing stuff. There's a lot to do there, and I think that's where I want to go. Although I did it on my last start I did for, I guess, Tekkit 1 as I'm calling it, and this is Tekkit 2. Though I'm playing on Tekkit 3 as the client, but that's not confusing at all. But yeah, I'm sticking with the evil theme, and I will probably within the next hour or so I will do the same thing here. I want to have lava as lights and using half slabs to block the light, so because I don't believe mobs can spawn on stairs, so I don't have to worry about the lighting level. So I want to add some cool lighting, maybe add some basalt cobblestone, and when I have that finished I will give y'all guys a tour of that. Moving on, I've got my ore chest. Finding a lot of redstone. I can't get enough of it, seems like. A lot of silicate. I'm surprised I haven't run into that much copper. I know I'm digging around Y5, but usually I find a lot more there than that. But not too shabby on everything else. And then some miscellaneous drops. That's why I like to keep everything. Also, I'm not going to keep all my food on me. That way, if I die, I don't have to go looking for food again. It's been about 15 minutes slaughtering cows. I've found 52 meat. Cows are just spawning like crazy. Like every time I look out here, there's always at least one. So that's that. H1 Dutch proposed an idea, and I like it. I would like to give some tours of people's places. If they feel comfortable talking, I will let them talk, and I'll just record. Since I have the computer to record, most people don't. I will give people a tour of their places. So we have Sisho. He's been on here the longest, I believe, but he hasn't been on for a while. Yeah, and that's kind of what I figured on that one. But some of y'all do. or do play on the server. Some of you do not. But C-Show, he's been on here the longest, longer than I have, and but he hasn't been on in a long time, so I'm not sure if he's just busy with stuff. Then you have Attica. I haven't been over to his place since he started. He started, I think, a few weeks after I did, and he made some pretty fast progress. He's been on recently. Hubert, the server owner, he's been, I'm not sure if you heard that, but someone driving like crazy outside. And Hubert, he's a server owner. He hasn't really done much, apart from just kind of get on, make sure everything's okay. Maybe he has. I was gone for 3 weeks doing going camping and doing band camp. So, and then we have H1 Dutch, who's been talking to me. He would like to. I'm sure he wants to have a tour of his place on my channel, which I will gladly do so. But if I don't get a response, I'll probably do him first, his place first, and then move on to Attica's place, or Attica's, assuming that he's on frequently, that way I can ask him. But yeah, I think that would be nice, just kind of give a map tour. But I kind of want to do all that after I start building on what I want to do up there, so we have an actual home base. So I'm not just like, hey guys, what's up? I don't really have a place. Well, I do, but I'm not living there currently. So that's a weird situation, but hope you understand what I'm doing here. I wanted to do from scratch for all of you guys, and I think I'm almost done mining. I've got to the point where I got a divining rod. Had to go up and wait till it was day to get some tree. No, it's not planks, is it? What's it called? Wood. Okay, duh. And to make some charcoal. And I'll probably do that a little bit more. Then I'll go over and mine some basalt cobblestone and start making. I don't know if you can make some slabs on that, but I want to start making this area nice and evil looking. And I will show you guys that when I'm done. See ya. Oh, and I just figured out that BBL is be back later. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. I just hadn't had time to think about it. Wahahaha! Stage 1 of Evil Castle complete out of probably 1,000. I don't know. But I have finished the mine, or the stairs leading down to it, and this is what I did. Use basalt cobblestone for the protruding walls, I guess. Not really columns, but that was just the wall itself. And then I took a saw and I smelted them to get a just basalt. There you go. And then I used a saw to make him a slab, and then I used them on bottom, and then top. So you have a full block here, but it's, you know, top part of that block and bottom part of that block. I did that all the way down. And then when I get the resources, I want to have a on-off switch for this, where there's a piston that pushes, sticky piston that pushes a block, and that'll cut off these lava flows. So it'll make it totally dark, so that at a flick of a switch up there, you can turn the light on using the lava. But that's way down the line. I can't remember how many of these there are, but there's quite a few, so it'll take quite a few resources. And then I think our next step is to start building up here. This is where I want to keep my mine, just in that little corner there, and I want to build the base up here. Let's get there real quick. Sunsets. It's a nice flat, kind of flat area. And yeah, just somewhere in this area I'll start building. I'll probably turn most of the grass and everything to netherrack. Kind of like evil protruding from the castle. That's kind of the pre-stage plans. I don't really have any architecture plans yet. That I know I want it to be large and very pointy. Not so much phallic, but very pointy. And so kind of like death spikes, if you will. Alright, well, I'm going to head back to my place, but this will mark the end of another episode of Lutz Plays Tekkit. See ya!